Alright, how's everybody doing out there in mathematics land? So Mr. Muscarella coming at you, and today I'm going to show you how to convert angles from degrees to radians. Now, to convert from degrees to radians, what you're going to need to do is take your angle and multiply that by pi over 180. Now, if you're going the other way, from radians to degrees, you would do the reciprocal of pi over 180, and that would be 180 over pi. Now, the reason that you multiply by pi over 180 or 180 over pi, if you think about the unit circle in terms of radians, that's 2 pi would make one full revolution, and in degrees that would be 360 degrees. Now if I reduce that, I'll end up with pi over 180. Now similarly, if I had 180 over pi, if I put the degrees part on top, so 360 over 2 pi, when I'm done reducing that, I would just get 180 over pi. So that's why you use 180 over pi or pi over 180 to do your conversions when you multiply. Now here, 135 degrees, what I'm going to do is take that and just multiply 135 by pi over 180. Now when you do that, one way you want to think about that, that's like 135 over 1, so you would end up with 135 pi over 180 degrees. Now you can keep reducing that all the way down until you'll get to your final answer, but one thing you want to do, now notice I made this little chart here down at the bottom, and what I want to do is see if I can find 135 and 180 in the same row, and that's over here in this row right here. There's 135 and 180. Now if I look all the way to the left, that means the GCF, the greatest common factor between 135 and 180, is going to be 45. So 45 goes into 135 3 times, and then 45 goes into 184 times. So when I'm done reducing, I would end up with 3 pi over 4. So 3 pi over 4 is the radian equivalent of 135 degrees. Now again, 120 degrees, take that, multiply by pi over 180. And again, there's a lot of different ways you can think about this, because both of these guys, if you look, both of these guys are in the same row. So 120 and 180 are right here in the 60 degree row. So you could kind of think about it like that, or another possibility, if you wanted to think about it, you could say, well, each one of these, if I take out a 0, and then I'm left with 12 pi over 18, and then you reduce that down, and you would get 6 as your greatest common factor between 12 and 18. So then you would end up with 2 pi over 3 when you reduce that all the way down. Now lastly, go ahead and try 130 degrees on your own, hit pause, and then come back and check and see how you did. Alright, Rockstar, how'd you do? Did you get 13 pi over 18? I'm sure you did. So that's all you need to do to convert angles to radians, is take the angle, multiply it by pi over 180. Alright, thanks for watching. You guys have a great day, and peace out.